I'm Dr. Amudako Nike Abubakar. I represent Ilorin East, Ilorin South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, I want to, in my opinion, appreciate the consideration of the mover of the bill. There is no gainsaying that preventive medicine is the cheapest and the best form of medicine. And the cornerstone of preventive medicine is periodic testing of your health status, either annually, biannually, or as advised by your medical professional. It is also known that there are some employers of labor, in order to determine how appropriately you can be located in the disposition of the job for which you are going to be employed, they take it upon themselves, after you sign a consent form, they need to medically examine you so that they will be able to test the capacity to do the job while you are at no danger to other colleagues in your workplace. In as much as the consideration is very valid, my concern is the legislation of that fact that will now make it a compulsion. Even under the International Human Rights Law, there is a concept, there's a part of the International Human Rights Law that accepts the fact that the states, in which case the government in some instances can do compulsory forceful testing, but it is with a caveat that it must be limited in exceptional cases when the situation is very pertinent that they do it. Because testing is an intrusion of the person's privacy, and it beholds that it's an intrusion of your fundamental human rights. And to a lot of extent, it affects your personal integrity and capacity to move on with life. So in as much as we want to prevent health, I think we should be talking more of need. We can achieve the same objective by moving motions to increase advocacy. Advocacy, 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 so that Nigerians can know the relevance of testing at your will. That is very important because a stitch in time saves 10 and more. So knowing it, knowing your health status will keep you in a good state to manage it. Even as worse as HIV is, knowing on time when you're just a carrier, you can live a normal life. Medical intervention has gotten to the level that you can even marry, and there is no threat, you can have kids, and there is no threat to transfer of HIV to your children. So knowing early saves the economy a lot of losses. It saves the nation a lot of money. But I have not seen anywhere in the world where it is a compulsion by the state. There is no law. I challenge the mover of the bill that it should bring a law anywhere in the world where it is a compulsion and is in the legislation that you must be tested. That is my concern. So we can achieve the same consideration and concern he has through advocacy, by moving motions, by advising the executive to bring policies that will engender periodic testing and they will assure and support the people. I think that is better achieved that way. But to make it a law, we are infringing on people's fundamental human rights, and the Human Rights Charter does not smile to this. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, ordinarily, this, in theory, seems to be a very, very good bill because it speaks to the health of Nigerians. But, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the intendment of the bill from the wordings of the bill itself, that's where we're going to run into some problems. Mr. Speaker, this bill seeks to make testing free in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing that is free in this whole world because someone must pay for the bill. And, Mr. Speaker, I dare say that it is the government of Nigeria that will make to pay for the bill. Mr. Speaker, let us really look at the wordings of the bill. It is saying free and compulsory testing for all persons living in Nigeria. It means people can come from Niger, from Chad, from Cameroon, they come into Nigeria. As long as they're in Nigeria, they must be tested compulsorily and freely. Mr. Speaker, let us do some rudimentary arithmetic. If we have 200 million Nigerians, that's those who are living in Nigeria or even those who are not Nigerians, at a conservative cost of only 10,000 naira per each individual, that budget will be about 2 trillion naira. For only one test in a year, government will now pay 2 trillion naira for only testing. Mr. Speaker, how much is our national budget in a year? The federal budget is about 7 point something trillion naira. Then you spend for only one test for every person living in Nigeria, minimum of 2 trillion naira. Mr. Speaker, will not be able to afford it. And Mr. Speaker, by making this bill a law, it means that once it becomes a law, every person living in Nigeria will now have the right to go to court to enforce his right that he must be tested. And Mr. Speaker, again, the bill is saying for prevalent and chronic ailments. Some chronic ailments may even cost 50,000 naira, some 100,000 naira, some even 1 million naira for only testing. Mr. Speaker, can government afford this bill? Mr. Speaker, like I said, the intent may be good, but what about the affordability? What about the practicality? We may just bring down the entire government by this bill. There are some other issues. Yes, the mover of the bill has said, like HIV testing is free in some places. But Mr. Speaker, that's not the whole story. Mr. Speaker, some of these HIV testing are being funded by international donors, like the Bill and Melinda Gates. There is the PEPFAR from the United States government, which government has said they will assist Nigeria in funding this testing and this compulsory testing. Mr. Speaker, again, we are looking at the issue of persons living in Nigeria. Like I said, we don't even have reliable data or census of even we that are Nigerians. We're talking about other Nigerians who are here. There are Libyans, there are Chadians, there are Syrians. There are all kinds of persons now living in Nigeria. With this bill, if you make it a law, they will also have a right to enforce this law. So, Mr. Speaker, I plead that we have to look at this bill very, very carefully, so that just by the sentimental beauty of the bill, the way it is couched, we may be enamored of the intent of the bill, but we may be roping ourselves into some difficulty that tomorrow Nigeria will be in for it. So I plead that I think that the mover of this motion should look at this bill again, because the words there, free, compulsory, persons living in Nigeria, Mr. Speaker, they are very, very problematic. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Bill we are debating this afternoon is to amend the National Health Bill of 2014. The mover of this bill actually has good intentions. It's important that Nigerians understand the need for periodic medical tests. But the National Health Bill, which was signed into law in 2014, has as part of the law universal insurance coverage, which is to be funded by 5% of national budget. Mr. Speaker, if we have the universal insurance coverage, it will, I'm sure, take care of the issues of medical compulsory periodic tests for those who are covered by the insurance. But the challenge we are having right now is the ability of the nation to fund the 5% that is required for this universal coverage. And right now, the House Committee on Health and the Senate Committee and the Ministry of Health are looking at possible ways of making sure we find ways to actualize this universal coverage. So I would suggest that this bill should be stepped down until we conclude on the issues of universal coverage funding, because it will actually cover what the bill is seeking to do. So that is my comment, Mr. Speaker.